What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So we have a lot to get through today. I want to discuss 7 main topics. I want to have a look at my trades that I made this week on my Trading 212 portfolio. I want to give a brief update on this week's market volatility. I also want to take a look at how my overall portfolio is currently performing and have a look at each of the sector performance and see how each is performing in comparison to the other. And the last 3 topics I want to discuss today is firstly this week's Trading 212 hot list. I want to give a brief update on how GameStop is performing, and finally some big news in terms of Amazon with Jeff Bezos stepping down as CEO. So because we have a lot to get through today, let's just dive right into it. A great way to see how the overall market is performing is by looking at the S&P 500 index, and we can see on screen now. Over the last week we can see the massive dip on last Thursday or Friday, and it has slowly started to recover ever since. So one of the main premises on my channel is the dollar cost average, so anytime I see a dip in value in any of my 30 stocks, I always buy more. So that kind of posed a great opportunity, and when I see dips like this, I don't panic one bit. In fact, I'm actually quite happy because firstly, it's quite healthy for the market to move down as well as up, and secondly, it just poses good chances to dollar cost average. I'd also highly recommend, because the markets are still volatile and they could easily just dive down again today when the markets open, I would recommend holding a cash reserve. And just because it went up about 4 to 5% over the last few days, I wouldn't start lumping all your money back in, because it could easily just as well go down again tomorrow, as I just said. So what I'm planning on doing as well is we'll discuss next what trades I made this week in Trading 212 and my plans to also hold a cash reserve for if they drop even more. So this week I deposited a further €400 into my Trading 212 portfolio, and that was solely again to take advantage of dollar cost averaging. We bought 25 of Facebook, 50 of McDonald's, we also bought 75 of Nike, 37.95 of P&G, Coca-Cola nearly €40, Realty Income €10, Pfizer 30, Visa and MasterCard 30 each, Coca-Cola 42.95. We also then bought the likes of Facebook and Clean Energy again for €10 each, and Waste Management for €10. So overall we spent an additional €400 to take advantage of dollar cost averaging. So overall at the moment we have €6,850 in my portfolio, and we are currently up €629 or over 10%. We can even see over the last week how volatile the markets have been. Again, the kind of steep inclines here is because I deposited capital in, but we can also see the volatility that this can possess, and now we are €6,850 invested. That's about $8,243, and in GBP it's just over £6,000. So as I only gave a brief update a few days back in terms of how my portfolio was performing when we were doing my trading, I'm only going to give another brief update today. So in communication services we're up 19%, and Walt Disney and Facebook are both in the green. Consumer discretionary up 2.79, and 2 of the 3 here in the green with Tesla and Nike, and McDonald's is just down about 0.7%. This was down about 4% earlier in the week, so it's good to see this coming back after we bought more shares at a cheaper price. We then have consumer staples. Again, 3 holdings here. We are down about 0.6% overall, and that's mainly due to P&G being down 3%. But again, I'm happy because Coca-Cola, again, like McDonald's, went down a few percent this week, and I bought more on the dip to help improve my dollar cost average. And Coca-Cola is one of my main holdings, and definitely, anytime this goes into the red, I'm going to buy more. Energy sector, all 3 are in the green, and we're up 16% overall, with ExxonMobil being the leader in this field, up 32% at the moment. ETFs, the overall market is up 13% overall. Both Vanguard SP 500 is up 13.8 and the Vanguard FTSE is up 8.5%. So definitely happy with those ETFs as well. And I might buy more if the markets kind of dip a bit, even if they don't go into the red. But if they drop back to, let's say, 10% or 5% here, I will definitely start to buy more. We then have the financial sector, and all 5 here are currently in the green, and we're up 16% overall. Visa MasterCard, again, just like Coca-Cola and McDonald's, both dipped a good few percent over the last week, and we started to pump more money in, which helped improve dollar cost average there as well. Healthcare, 2 of the 3 are currently in the green, with Pfizer being the exception. It's down 4%, but overall, healthcare is up 8% overall. Industrials, again, all 3 are in the green. We're up over 5%, with 3M, Caterpillar and Waste Management all in the green. Materials, we have no holdings at the moment. Real estate, just 1 in the form of Realty Income. And my largest sector so far is the tech, with over €1,300 invested, and we're up over 16.5%. And again, all 5 here are in the green, and we have no holdings currently in utilities. So that's firstly my overall sector portfolios and how they're performing. and again we're up just over 10% overall, and we're 6.85% towards my overall goal of having €100,000 invested into the market. But next, let's have a quick look at this week's Trading 212 hot list. And for those of you who are not familiar with what this is, it's the top holdings in terms of how many users hold each of these stocks. We can see the top two companies here are Tesla and NIO, both electric vehicle companies. So it's kind of good to see that the electric vehicle sector is still performing quite well. We then have Apple in third position, Amazon in fourth position, and again we're going to discuss Amazon a bit more later on in terms of Jeff Bezos. And in fifth position, one of the companies that has made the news as well as GameStop, again we'll discuss GameStop later on, is AMC Entertainment Holdings, is the fifth top company held by Trading 212 users. Some interesting news as well that I've heard overnight is that Jeff Bezos is stepping down as Amazon CEO. The 57-year-old is going to hand the keys over to Andy Jassy, and as we can see earlier as well, that Jeff Bezos is now currently the second richest person in the world. Elon Musk overtook him as well, and it also comes at a time where sales have first time ever hit 100 billion for Amazon. So one would want to wonder now if I feel Jeff Bezos believes that Amazon is currently at its peak, and if this is the right time for him to step down. But again, that's just speculation, but certainly this is big news and it might have some short-term effects on the Amazon stock price. On the 5-day chart, we can see that Amazon is currently trading at $3,380. This time last week, or 5 days ago, it was trading at $3,239, so it's up about $150 over the last 5 days, and it's kind of having a bit of a drop off. Again, it went up because of the earnings, but it might be dropping down a bit because of the news that Jeff Bezos is stepping down. In terms of GameStop, it seems like the saga has finally come to an end, and we can see on screen here that shares targeted by armchair investors to conflict losses on hedge funds this year have fallen sharply in a sign of activism may have peaked. The market value of GameStop, a struggling US gaming retailer, plunged by more than 58% on Tuesday, but it closed to below $95 a share amid a rollercoaster ride for stock over the past few weeks. Even since that article, it's dropped a further $5, and over the last 5 days it's currently down 60% or $135, which is crazy to see. It had peaks over the last 5 days of $323 a share, and you can see the drastic plunge down to $90 a share currently. And finally, just stepping aside from GameStop for a second, I believe now that there is talks of Reddit users or such sagas again targeting the silver industry at the moment. So it'll be very interesting to see, firstly, if this will actually go ahead and if it will work just as well as GameStop, and secondly, if there's going to be any regulations put in place to stop this type of trading going forward. So that's pretty much it for today's video, guys. As we had 7 topics to get through, we only could discuss each of those briefly, or the video would have went on all day. If you found this video anyway helpful or entertaining, it'd be brilliant if you consider subscribing to the channel if you're new around here, and as always, it'd be brilliant if you could consider liking the video and comment below on your thoughts and views, firstly in terms of Jeff Bezos stepping down as CEO of Amazon, secondly if you have any questions in terms of any of my portfolio, and thirdly if you have any opinions on the GameStop matter as well, and if you feel that it's going to continue in different stocks. Thanks very much, guys, have a good day, and I'll talk to you all in tomorrow's video.